What is love? A question many people ask throughout lifetimes. Usually when someone thinks about love, they think about romantic love. But this is only one of the many types of love a person can experience. In today's video, we will be breaking down the different types of love realized by my favorite character in Final Fantasy VI, Terra. Terra is what you would call an emotionally stunted character when we first meet her. You see, Terra isn't exactly a normal young adult. First being born half human, half Esper, she was already going to be a special case wherever she went, as she was the first known half-breed. But that isn't enough for Terra's early life. The Esper world where her human mother and Esper father lived got attacked by the Empire, creating much chaos, eventually leading to Madeline, or Madonna depending on your version, be sucked out of the Esper world, bringing Madween out as well. While her parents died, the Emperor standing there took in Terra, thinking only of the potential a half-Esper human could bring in the ways of magic. From this point on until the age of 18, Terra was trained to be a weapon. We don't know much about her time in the Empire, but before her first mission she was given the Slave Crown, taking away all decision-making and consciousness before attacking Narsh. After being liberated of the Slave Crown due to Tritok having a reaction with Terra, we see her as a scared and timid woman, but still able to mount and escape from the Narsh guards, until the ground falls beneath her and needing Locke and some Moogles to save her. As she travels with Locke to Figaro Castle, she meets Edgar, who is hitting on her. All she feels is confusion and self-doubt, knowing that she isn't normal. And this self-doubt, knowing she isn't normal, is what confuses her as to why Edgar is even putting the moves on her. When the group gets to Returner's hideout, Terra keeps getting told how much she is needed, but it's only for her abilities. While at least with this group, they make it her decision versus the Empire forcing her to do it, you can imagine the feeling of being used as a tool once again and nothing else. She decides to join after learning the Empire is attacking South Figaro, in an attempt to find her and to try and put an end to their villainy. As the entire crew gets back to Narsh after being split up and fighting off Kefka, she once again reacts to Tritok. This time, however, she transforms and goes screaming through the sky. One thing I should mention is, Terra never knew she was half Esper up to this point. The Empire wasn't exactly a loving and nurturing environment, letting her know about her past. This is another case of being used and never learning about her potential until random events take place, usually putting others at risk. After some traveling and fighting, the crew finds Terra, scared and confused in her Esper form in Zozo. She was already having troubles accepting who she was before this moment, and knowing what she's experiencing at this point in time, you can tell that she starts to get scared of herself and what she is. Especially now that this has happened, there's a lot more unknowns that you could feel are deep underneath. Luckily, the Esper Ramu was looking over her until the gang showed up, making sure that she would stay safe and controlled. As Ramu tells Terra about her past and origin, she begins to at least understand her existence and background a little more, and seems to become a little more confident in herself. Enough that she volunteers to head to the sealed cave and attempt to talk to the Espers for their help against the Empire. As this is a Final Fantasy game, of course, this plan fails. The Espers get out and Vector's attacked. But Terra heads to meet with the Empire after this as well, to see if maybe we can try and find some semblance of peace between humans, Espers, and the Empire. After a long meeting and pairing up with the Empire to try and be harmonious with the Espers, Terra has a talk with General Leo of the Empire. She asks him about love and asks if she will ever learn what it is. Leo assures Terra that she will, and not to worry about it. Shadow comes in and tells Terra that there are those in this world who have killed their emotions, such as he, and warning her not to become like himself, and not to forget about people like him. He wants her to make sure she doesn't close herself off emotionally, or you can essentially become emotionally dead. Terra takes this to heart, but still doesn't exactly know what it means to love. The way that she talks about it here, it doesn't give the sense she's looking for romantic love as much as one of a familial love, a place of belonging with people who trust and care for you. She's always been needed for her abilities, but not for who she is and who she can be and what she can offer outside of her magic. Aside from begging the Espers to come and talk with the Empire and Thamasa, there isn't a lot of Terra-specific growth to happen throughout this section. General Leo dying does have her realize that life can be stunted short, but has to push that off to the side as everyone got double-crossed by the Empire, and now it's time for the big climax of the game. Now, we do lose this and Kefka wins, destroying the entire world and scattering her heroes all over the world. But that's part of what makes it a climax. You can't always win them. When we find Terra, she is in a destroyed Moblez a year later. This town had all the parents be killed, so there's only children and some teenagers, with Terra being the oldest at 19 years old at this point in time. All the kids have taken to calling her Mommy, and while her fighting spirit has dwindled with finding a place in her life for the first time, she does try to keep the evil being Fumbaba away to protect the kids. In the final confrontation with Fumbaba, Terra assumes her Esper form for the first time in front of the kids. She feels shame, embarrassed, and thinks that all of the kids are going to be scared of her. This is when she learns that the children of Moblez love and adore Terra for who she is, not for what she looks like or what she can do magically. This is when Terra knows this is where she was meant to be, who she was meant to be, and who she was meant to be with. While this game does tease a Terra and Locke situation for a little bit before phasing it over to Celeste and Locke, I feel it's better that Terra doesn't actually get into a romantic situation in this game. Seeing her grow throughout the story, learning to not only accept herself, but to love herself. To fully accept her background, her role in the world, to believe that she belongs in this world, is something that people and kids such as myself could really hold on to. Now this self-love I feel is even more important than the family love. You'll hear the saying a lot of, you can't love others until you learn to love yourself. And throughout this story, you can see Terra start to break down her mental barriers of herself from herself to realize that she isn't a freak. She isn't a tool to be used, but she can be special and unique, but also the same as everyone else. This is what leads her to her role as, I guess we can call her, the Moblez Mommy. To find a town of kids needing help and guidance was almost a calling for Terra. She's a very kind and gentle soul, but also has the power to protect the kids from danger. They learned to rely and trust in Terra, and she never betrayed that trust and did whatever she could or needed to do to keep them safe. You'll see how much the kids reciprocate this love when Terra is lying injured in bed after losing to Fumbaba when our crew first meets her in Moblez. I think the reason Terra is my favorite character is because it's not just another stereotypical love story, but one of mental struggle in a pretty crazy world, where you're used as nothing else but a tool, seen as nothing more than the product of your parents for your entire childhood, and going from no one to trust in this world to becoming the savior of an entire generation of kids. And honestly, it's quite inspiring. The growth is never doing random jumps or going at breakneck speed, but a slow burn where you can look back over the journey and see where each step is taken to see where Terra develops. The fact that it's not just a romantic love story like we talked about before, but one of self-love, familial love, and even love for all of her friends in the crew, really shows that there's more to life than just trying to find the one, but trying to find your place in this world and people that you can enjoy it with. And that's something that, like I said, for me as a kid was something that I could really hold on to. It was something that, growing up, you knew that it wasn't just about trying to find that one person to date, to marry, whatever it is you're trying to do, but that there's so many other people in the world that you can share life with in different aspects, and one that really helps us grow as people. I hope that we could all learn something from this, and if you relate to these struggles, remember, you are loved. You do have a place in this world, and while some of us are still trying to find it, and may feel neglected or pushed off, there are those who rely on you, like the kids of Moblez. So, please remember that, and also love yourself, because you are worth it. Thank you for watching.